All right, we're going to do the final installment of our pick or player series before the NFL draft. So obviously next week this could all change. But for now, this is what we're going to prefer, the pick or the proven Dynasty asset. We're going to go through, not do a ton of analysis, but we're going to tell you which one we would choose and a really short description why. First, make sure you like this video and make sure you are subscribed to Dynasty Domain. We really appreciate that. Both of those things help us out so much, and so we really appreciate you doing that. And also, announcement time. If you haven't noticed, we have changed our look a little bit. Our logo is a little bit different, so everything's been kind of redesigned. But the main reason for that is because we have started a second channel, Fantasy Domain. And what Fantasy Domain, the goal of that is going to be during the season to offer more of a start-sit, week-to-week, almost redraft-focused fantasy content. That being said, it's also going to apply to Dynasty players because it's going to be weekly start sits, weekly strategies on who you should be starting over other people, etc., and weekly rankings. So make sure you go over and subscribe to Fantasy Domain as well. We are trying to get that to 1,000 subscribers so that we can get that monetized and start having a little bit of income on that as well. So we really appreciate your help on that. And you guys, I promise you, it will be applicable to what you guys do as Dynasty players, and you guys will love it. We've linked that here. Make sure you go subscribe to Fantasy Domain. Let's get into it, Nathan. So I'll start with the 101. Again, I'll weigh these against two players. You'll tell me which one, and a very, very short reason why. We're going to get through as many of these as we can. We're going to do the 101 through the 106 today. All right.
Yes, sir.
So, Bijan, so I guess it's not Bijan. Last time it was Bijan. So I'll say this: the 101 or AJ Brown.
I will take AJ Brown because of his long-term deal.
The 101, same for me. The 101 or Dak Prescott.
I'll take the 101 because of how low the Dynasty community is on Dak right now. Yes. And honestly, I think at this point it's kind of established. Dak's fantasy ceiling is capped compared to some of the elite producing quarterbacks that we have in Dynasty right now.
The 101 or Deshaun Watson?
I'll take Deshaun because I think his ceiling is still that high.
And the contract.
Yeah.
The 101 or CeeDee Lamb?
I will still take CeeDee Lamb because I mean in Dynasty I still have CeeDee Lamb over AJ Brown personally. So
I will also take CeeDee Lamb. 101 or Kyler Murray?
I'll take Kyler. He's got the deal. He's got the deal.
101 or Breece Hall?
101. Pretty easily for me.
I will take the 101 as well. It's harder for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The 101 or Garrett Wilson?
I'm taking Garrett Wilson over the 102, but the 101
probably taking the
It's
pick. It's really close.
Again, if I have the 101 and I want to move off and get Garrett Wilson, I think a lot of people would be excited about that, and they'd even give you a little guy on top of that. So at that point, give me the 101.
You're taking the 101 over CMC easy, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know why CMC is so high in this ADP.
Again, remember a lot of this is because of the picks being adjusted.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So on to the 102.
Yeah, go ahead.
Amon-Ra St. Brown or the 102.
I'll take the 102 in a Superflex league. Again, that's going to be a quarterback. So that's why.
That's really your main reason?
Yeah.
Okay. Jalen Waddle or the 102.
I'll take the 102.
I will also take the 102. I actually prefer Amon-Ra over the 102 personally, but with Jalen Waddle, he's a wide receiver too in his own offense. And yes, Tyreek Hill is going to retire in 2025. Oh my gosh. Well,
sell him now.
Hey, a lot of things can happen.
Sell him now before he scores 20 points a game for the next 3 seasons.
Oh my gosh. Guys, what are we doing? Jalen Waddle is going to be the wide receiver too in his offense for the next 3 seasons. So again, ceiling capped, 102. I'll take the 102 there. JT or the 102.
Ouch. 102, Superflex quarterback.
Okay, Breece Hall.
Oh, that one's tough. 102, Superflex quarterback.
You said it was close for the 101 with Breece Hall.
It was. It's close for this.
Okay.
I like Breece Hall, man.
Okay.
But he's coming off an ACL injury. Like when I'm looking at what the value of both of those are going to do over the next year, I'm very confident that the value of the 102 is either going to stay the same or go up. And with Breece Hall, I think there's a chance that his value goes down because he's going to come back and not perform as much from his ACL injury.
Okay. Teardrop here. I'll let you do the 103.
All right. 103 or Kenneth Walker?
That's still going to be a QB, possibly even JSN. I'll do the 103.
The 103 or Tyreek Hill?
103.
The 103 or
Garrett Wilson. I'll take Garrett Wilson there.
Kyle Pitts.
No, I'll take the 103.
Interesting.
Look, I mean, we did this video on tight ends last week, which was really successful. Thank you to everyone that gave us all the data we needed to make that video, really. But Kyle Pitts is not worth a high-end Dynasty rookie pick until he produces as an elite tight end. I mean, I know he did his rookie season, but there's a lot of things going on in Atlanta. New coaching staff still, a young coaching staff. You have Drake London now in there, and he didn't produce as an elite tight end when Drake London was in that offense last year. Yes, Kyle Pitts was injured. Yes, he's going to be healthy going into the season, but we have no idea what that's going to look like, and it takes tight ends a while to consistently produce. So,
the 103 or Chris Olave. For me, it's Olave, and it's easy.
Okay. I mean, for market value sake, I mean, a lot of people are lower on Olave than we are, like significantly.
I know, but
I'll take the 103. If it were the 104, I would take Olave.
The 103 or Mark Andrews.
Tight end premium. Take Mark Andrews.
The 103 or T. Higgins.
It's not starting to get not close for me. I'm going to the 104 here because I'm taking the 103 there over T. Higgins pretty easily.
103 or Tua.
It's 103. Easy.
Really?
Easy. Yes, easily.
Okay, let's go to the 104. The one you can do the 104. Start back up where we were taking the player.
Yep.
Yeah.
104 or Mark Andrews for you.
Mark Andrews.
Yep. T. Higgins.
104.
And for why?
Because the 105, at the 104, you're going to get JSN, and JSN is going to be ranked higher than T. Higgins within however much. So I think you should be down tiering to the 104 plus because you can. But one for one, I like the quarterback or the JSN that I'm going to get there more than I like T. Higgins for sure.
Okay, cool. Austin Eckler or the 104?
The 104.
Okay. Even if he gets a restructured deal, gets an extension,
yeah,
gets
I think
paid
there's
more.
enough questions about the new offensive scheme to say you can get a cornerstone wide receiver or quarterback there. So
okay,
I think I'd take
Okay, so knowing that they picked up his 5th-year option in Miami, are you taking the 104 or Tua?
Tua.
And over JSN, potentially?
Yes. Superflex League. He's Superflex League. He's got his 5th-year option. He scored 18 points per game last year. He's playing with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. They're probably going to draft another running back.
Even as low as the Dynasty community is on him right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you think that's a smart market value move? Like, would you still
market
make
value
that move
wise
straight up?
It's not that far off, I think. I think the 104, when you look at it in Dynasty Startups, is going 3rd, 4th round, and Tua is as well.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing many huge teardrops here until really after, the 104.
Yeah.
Because really, once you get to the 105, it's the last quarterback that's drafted, and it's probably going to be Gibbs, right, as those options. I don't know. With Tua, gosh, it's tough. It's tough. DK and Diggs or the 104, one of those guys.
I'll take the 104 over DK, and I'll take Diggs over the 104. I
would personally do the same. I know that's going to sound really silly because it's DK is 4 years younger than Stephon Diggs. Actually, yeah, he's only 4 years younger than Stephon Diggs. He's 25 years old. Stephon Diggs is 29 years old right now. Stephon Diggs has a significant long-term deal. He has 5 years left on that deal. DK has, 3 or 4 years on his deal because they extended him last season. I think with Stephon, yes, there's been a lot of whispers and stuff. We like to create things out of nothing when those players get boring in Dynasty. So it's anything bad we can find out about Stephon Diggs, we're going to use against him so that his market value is affected. So, Stephon Diggs doesn't like Josh Allen and he doesn't like playing in Buffalo. I'm like, dude, he's literally the alpha receiver in that offense as one of the highest paid wide receivers in the NFL. Why would he not like being there?
League winner.
You
have to understand that the 104 still comes with some risk. The first 2 picks to me are fairly safe, but after that, you're getting the 2nd quarterback, or then the 3rd quarterback, or the 1st wide receiver. Still a little bit of risk there when you're picking some of these guys. So, far from a sure thing, and Stephon Diggs is a sure thing. So take the sure thing. Yeah.
And with DK, DK is a sure thing for what he is. He's sure high-end wide receiver 2 or low-end wide receiver 1 is probably his ceiling, in my opinion. I don't think he's proven, and I don't think he really ever will, that he can be a consistent, dominant wide receiver one in the NFL, like a true wide receiver one. So I think he really goes well with a complimentary wide receiver that, like Tyler Lockett, who really takes away from him in fantasy.
I think the 104 range can keep going here for a while.
Yeah, 104 or Travis Etienne.
I will take the 104 here.
I will also take the 104. I prefer Gibbs.
I mean, yeah, or JSN or quarterback. Like,
look, Gibbs will be. We're assuming he's going to get solid draft capital. Yes, Etienne went at the end of the first round. A, that was because of Urban Meyer. B, Travis Etienne had a significant injury. He's going into the third year of his rookie deal. And if you can set that clock back a couple years and get a rookie running back, his first year of his rookie deal, who has the same receiving upside and may end up in a better situation with less mouths to feed, give me Gibbs.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because that's about as high as Gibbs could go is the 104 for me. You could even get him later than that. So I might even take the 105 over Travis Etienne, personally.
I think I would too.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp or the 104.
On a contending team, it's going to be Kupp for me.
I think that's a fine price to pay.
If he's going to score me 20 points a game, why would I not pay a mid-first for that?
Now, if you are a rebuilding team and you're really building from the studs.
Which you can get Cooper Kupp a lot cheaper than this.
Yeah.
So...
Look, if you're rebuilding and you have Cooper Kupp and you want to get him off your hands and someone offers you the 104, I would honestly probably take it as a rebuild.
Yep.
I would.
Absolutely. It's going to be team dependent on this one for sure.
Yeah. You ready to go to the 105?
Sure. Okay. The 105 or Tua?
105.
Seriously? In a Superflex league? What's your deal with Tua?
I'm not low on Tua personally as a quarterback. I think he'll be fine. But look, who actually has a long-term contract that's less valuable in our eyes than Tua right now and has rushing upside?
Daniel Jones?
Yes. Are you taking Daniel Jones or the 105?
Daniel Jones.
No, you're not. You just said a week ago that your point was a 106 because of the teardrop. The teardrop isn't until really after the 105.
I don't know. I think the teardrop could... I don't know. It's going to depend. I think it's going to depend a lot on who gets drafted where. But it's hard not to take Daniel Jones for the 105.
I think there's a significant difference between the 104/105 and then the 106, because the 106 is when you're starting to look at those receivers like Zay Flowers, Addison,
I think
QJ.
Daniel Jones and the 105 are value equivalent. So because of that, I'm going to lean quarterback because I prefer to lean proven players. That's just my philosophy. But I think value-wise, I think it's really close.
Cool. I disagree. I'll take the 105.
105 or T. Higgins?
That's a tough one for me. I'll take T. Higgins.
I will too. 105 or Austin Eckler?
If I'm contending, look, we don't really recommend that you go buy running backs at this point of the season, especially the older ones.
Don't make contending moves.
Pre-NFL draft, we don't know if the Chargers are going to move off Eckler and draft another running back or if they're going to sign him to a big deal. Just wait. Right now, at this moment, because of that, I'll take the 105.
I will take the 105 as well. The 105 or DK?
DK.
I'll take DK as well. The 105 or Travis Etienne? We both said the 105.
Yeah, 105.
105 or Cooper Kupp?
Cooper Kupp.
Yep. The 105 or Travis Kelce? I didn't Premium League.
Kelce.
I got to take Kelce there too. Again, league winner. 105 or Drake London? I like this one.
Drake London is a screaming buy right now. I will take Drake London.
I think I'll take Drake London too. The 105 or Saquon Barkley? I would take Saquon.
It really sucks that he was tagged.
Yeah.
Because anything from now until next season, that's one of those deals where I could see you looking down the road a year from now and really regretting that deal. Really, really regretting it. Because Saquon either gets injured or he ends up on a different team that's a worse situation, or just the Giants go to pot after the season. I don't know.
My thing though is if he ends up on a different team, his value is going to spike.
I know. I'm just really concerned.
I don't think there's any way his value doesn't go up, because he's either going to get re-signed by the Giants or he's going to go to a new team and everybody's going to be excited about it.
Almost any time that and I know this from experience, when I pay a current pick for a veteran running back who's on his second deal, it's almost for sure a year from now going to look horrible, like a landslide to the pick side. That's my only concern.
Maybe. I don't think it's applicable to all of these, though. like 105 or TJ Hawkinson.
Hawk, tight end premium.
I'm taking a Hawk in a tight end premium. 105 or Trey Lance.
Ha! You can get Trey Lance for a lot cheaper at this point right now. Like, I will take the 105. Trey Lance, heck, you can pay the 109 or 110, and you can probably get him straight up for that.
What about George Kittle or the 105?
I'll take the 105.
I will too.
I personally prefer George Kittle, but again, I think you can get George Kittle plus. I do think you can. So at that point, I'll take the 105 for the flexibility.
The 105 or Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs is another guy where he's been tagged. I don't know if he's going to sign another deal, but again, his life as a running back in terms of usage, he's like 2/3 of the way through his life. He has a long way to go. He has a long, long way to go. But again, I mean, the same thing is for Saquon Barkley. He just has more injury history than Josh Jacobs does. So I think I'll take Josh Jacobs.
What about Devontae Adams with the 105?
Oh, 105.
Najee Harris with the 105.
105.
All right. Saquon Barkley or the 106?
Saquon, because that's where the teardrop is.
I think that's why I started there. Yeah, I think I'll take Saquon for sure. I'll let you can do the 106.
Yep. Will you take Najee or the 106? Keep in mind Najee's a bit of a buy right now.
Yeah, he is 25 years old. And going in his
third hilarious. Year. That's hilarious.
So funny. I'll take the 106.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Deebo Samuel or the 106?
I'll take the 106 because...
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it could be Will Levis. So
give me Deebo.
Okay.
Give me Deebo. Let me see here. Daniel Jones or the 106? We both have said we'll take Daniel Jones there. Chris Godwin or the 106? We have a good chunk of these are our favorite receivers coming up here. We're going to talk about all of them, actually.
I will take the 106.
I will take Godwin. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Chris Godwin. I'm also a fan of Mike Evans. I think he's a really good value. However, I think when you're looking at the same situation with DeAndre Hopkins, really very similar situations, I think they'll still produce at a fine level, but it's going to be a steady and slow decline where really they're not getting any of their market value back, and they're not going to be any more valuable than they are now, and that's already not very valuable. So with Chris Godwin, I think he's going to start taking over what Mike Evans really used to be, especially with the ridiculous tear down in terms of target volume in the Bucs offense with Baker Mayfield, Kyle Trask, etc. Like, we don't really know who the quarterback is going to be there. I think Godwin is going to be the easier target because he plays more in the slot than Mike Evans does.
Keep in mind, at the 106, you're getting one of Bijan Robinson, Anthony Richardson, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, JSN, or Jahmyr Gibbs.
Bijan Robinson at the 106?
I'm saying that you're guaranteed to get one of those 6 guys, regardless of how the draft goes down. The worst you can do is Jahmyr Gibbs or Will Levis. And so you're taking Godwin over Jahmyr Gibbs? Because I'm not.
I don't know.
I don't think you would. I don't think you would.
Okay.
I think if it came down to it, you'd end up taking the pick there.
I don't know. Depends on team.
You're not going to get Bijan there, but you're going to get one of those 6 guys for sure as well.
So is the same thing going to hold for you with Treylon Burks and Michael Pittman?
Not Michael Pittman. Because Michael Pittman is younger, he's going to have a new quarterback, and he's a target hog. I will take Michael Pittman over the pick for sure.
So Michael Pittman is just as much of a target hog as Chris Godwin is, and he's only a year and a half younger.
True.
Yes, he's still on a rookie deal. That's the one thing.
True, but he's still on a rookie deal. He's going to have a new quarterback coming in. He's proved himself to be quarterback proof, and he's, I think, more of a buy than Chris Godwin is at this price for sure.
Okay,
go ahead.
You're not taking Burks over the 106. Maintain their value. He's the only threat in that offense right now.
I will take the 106, but it's really close. I would definitely take Burks over the 107.
Yeah, definitely over the 107. I struggle not to take Burks at the 106 because he's such a buy in my eyes right now.
It's about to be a teardrop.
I find it really difficult to see Treylon Burks not increasing in value significantly next season.
106 or Christian Watson?
106 because there's a very high chance that Green Bay takes Jason.
106 or Ramondre, 106 all day.
Yeah. Okay, this is actually a big conversation that needs to be had because we talked about this on Twitter. Jerry Jeudy or the 106? We're both taking the 106 easily.
106. Easily.
Explain to me, tell us in the comments, please, because I asked this on Twitter and I got crap for it. They were like, well, why don't you actually, instead of saying you just prefer Treylon Burks over Jerry Jeudy, that blah, 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 blah. I don't have to give you, oh my gosh, it was a question.
You do.
This is a question. In the comments, let me know why.
Funny.
Yes. Why do you prefer Jerry Jeudy over so many of these wide receivers? Why do you think he's poised for some breakout after he's failed to prove it for the last 3 seasons? After he failed to prove, along with the rest of the Denver Broncos offense, that they were Super Bowl contenders.
Jerry Jeudy just turned 24 years old.
And he can't stay healthy.
He can't stay. I mean, he's going to be.
That's impressive that Jeudy is only 24 years old. He's been in the NFL for 3 years and he's still 24 years old. He has a long way to go. I have a really tough time seeing that once this season starts and once we get through a majority of this season, that Jerry Jeudy is going to be significantly more valuable than he is right now. He may even fall a little bit because people are going to be low on him because he didn't produce as a wide receiver 1. Like, what are you expecting from him? I think he's a buy next year.
But his last 6 weeks.
Okay. Did you see Chris? Like, how many times have we seen that at the end of the season? Like Gabe Davis, Christian Watson. Like, I think Christian Watson is debatably a sell right now too.
Oh yeah.
I think Jerry Jeudy is absolutely a sell because he's struggled with injury for the last 3 seasons. Why do you all of a sudden think that he's going to be fine after 3 consistent years of struggling with injury? Yes, I get that his efficiency metrics are great. So are DJ Moore's. Look where DJ Moore is. Terry McLaurin's pretty efficient too. Look where Terry McLaurin is at 27 years old.
Yep. This is where the teardrop is. I'm taking the 106 over Javonte, Brandon Ayuk, Goff, Marquise Brown, Jameson Williams. So that's where it is. So that's where this video is going to end. But let us know what you think. Again, this is more. Again, this was on the spot, like in the moment. So if you really, really disagree with one, and you think we're complete total idiots, you don't have to be that rude about it. Because again, we might even watch back and say, yeah, actually, I'd take that a little bit differently. But again, everybody's opinion is going to be different on this. That's just how we would take it, player versus pick right now. We're going to have the 106. 107 through the 112 come out later this week, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you head over to our locals where you can get access to our Discord. That's where the domain community is, and we've got people in there doing trade talk, dynasty value talk, rankings, ADP, mock drafts, things like that. And make sure you head over to Fantasy Domain and subscribe there. Again, we're going to try to get that to 1,000 subscribers before we get that rolling. We really, really appreciate it. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.